All right, thank you for coming to join me on Wellness Workouts with Katrena. This will be a Pilates segment in my mind-body workout number 1. So we've done a little bit of Tai Chi, we've done a little bit of yoga, and we're going to move into Pilates. Make sure you have on comfortable exercise clothes. You're welcome to take your socks and shoes off if you prefer. If you have a yoga mat, feel free to place that on the floor. Be careful if you're on the floor. Some of the exercises may get a little challenging, so you may want to do every other one, or you may want to stop and rest and then come back in as you're ready. So I'm going to start where we stopped off in the last video. These videos are short. So we ended up on child's pose, extended child's pose, or balasana. So we were here, deep breathing. As you're ready, we're going to move forward and onto the mat flat. So I don't have a mat right now, so you can do this on the floor without a mat, obviously. So you're going to start with your elbow under and come all the way up. Or you can come all the way down, but don't be halfway in between because that puts the neck out of line. So you want to be all the way up or all the way down, and you want your hips stacked. So what we're going to do, come over just a little bit so you can see my feet a little better. We're going to take this top leg, flex the foot, and take it up, point, and down. Deep breath as you go. Pilates was developed by Joseph Pilates, and he had asthma and rickets, and a lot of his friends were dying. It was around the flu pandemic in the early 1900s. So he developed something called Contrology, and we later came to call it Pilates, named for him. And a bunch of his buddies got together and started doing these exercises with him, and all of his buddies and he survived that pandemic. So there's something to be said for that. All right, we're going to come halfway up, flex the foot, go forward, point the toe, and back. Deep breathing as you go. If you need to bend your bottom leg, I'll show you what that looks like. That can help. Deep breath in as you go forward, and exhale through the mouth. So this is more like the weightlifting breathing. Let's come down and around into leg circles. Now, this is where lots of people find that it gets really, really hard, so it's okay to just do every other circle or to rest as needed. Deep breathing as you go. Let's reverse. We'll only do a few of these. Exhale as you go back. And bring that knee in and press through the heel. In and press. One more like this. And come down. Feel free to just take it all the way down. Rest just a minute. I want to switch directions so that you can see my top leg easier and I'm not facing the back. So we're going to take it to the other side, but I'm going to turn around so you don't have to look at my back side while we do this exercise. So once again, stack your hips. A lot of people lean back into it, and then you're working more into the hip flexor. So we want to get the abductors, the outer thigh muscles a little bit more. So once you're stacked, head up or head down, but not halfway in between. We're going to flex and lift, point, and down. Deep breathing, in through the nose and out through the mouth. This hand here, you can take it wider if you need to, or you can bend this back leg, and that might help a little bit if you're finding it hard. We won't do very many. Last one. All right, we're going to come halfway up next. Flex and forward, point and back. Breathe in forward, Breathe out, back. These moves seem very, very simple and they look easy, but if you're doing them, it's like, woo, that looks easy, but it's pretty hard to do. One more. And we're going to point that toe and make a big circle. Slow and controlled. Deep breathing. And reverse. I like to show people you don't have to have a lot of fancy equipment to get a good workout. And let's bring that knee in and press through the heel. One more. And bring it down. Feel free to roll over onto your belly. Rest for just a minute. Deep breathing. All right, while we're down here, we're going to work the low back. So a lot of these movements are repetitive. You're welcome to do every other one or modify as needed. So I'm going to come out this way just a little bit so I'm not hitting my mantle. All right, so the easiest hand position was the hands down. Option would be to put the hands behind the back. It's a little harder. Or to put the hands behind the head. So I'm going to go middle of the road, so hopefully you'll be able to see my movements a little easier. Turn the head to the side. We're going to lift the upper body up and down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and engage those low back muscles. So you're working the low back. It's good to strengthen those muscles. So that's one of the most common places of injury. Option, lift the leg and release and switch legs. So keep rotating those legs one and then the other if you're adding the legs. Another option, I'm not sure if you can see this in the video, is to add opposite arm, opposite leg. So you're rotating the arms, but it's the opposite ones. Exhaling up, inhaling down. And we'll take it one more time up with just the upper body and hold that position. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Tuck the chin, reach through the top of the head, pull the shoulders down. And come down. Hands on the floor or mat, and we're going to sit back and stretch. So it's always good to stretch after you've worked a particular muscle. Now we're going to come up. We were in a prone position, face down. Now we're going to move into a supine position, and I'm going to adjust the video just a little bit, make it easier to see since I'm way down here. All right, this will be some abdominal exercises. So we work the low back. We want to work the antagonist muscles, the ones on the opposite side. So when these are contracted, these relax. And when these are contracted, these relax. So we'll come down, check your head, make sure you got room for your head. And first, what we're going to do is place the feet on the floor. And you want to be in neutral spine. So let me take my hands out of the way. So you don't want your back arched. And you don't want to be all the way up under here with the hips tucked. You want to be kind of in a neutral position here. All right, so pull the shoulders away from the ears. Feel free to cross over or place the hands behind the head. Now, a lot of people make the mistake when they place the hands behind the head that they're going to pull with the arms. You want to keep your elbows back so that if you look out of the corner of your eyes, you cannot see your elbows. Now, just slightly lift, deep breathing, And you're going to feel your core engage. We're going to add a little movement here. Exhale up. Inhale down. You don't have to go up high. Just come to the bottom of your shoulder blades. Exhale up. Inhale down. They don't have to be fast. It's better to have them fairly slow. We'll get into the obliques. Lift one shoulder higher towards the corner and down and reverse. One more on each side. And release. We're going to bring the knees in. Once you have your knees into the chest, flex and point. I recommend to come under the knees instead of over because that can put some more strain on the knees. So if you come up under, it's a little safer. Let's circle. A couple more abdominal exercises. You're welcome to go back to a previous level as needed. What we're going to do is bring the knees over the hips. Now, a lot of people like to come in towards the chest with this, but if you leave the knees over the hips, you're going to get a better workout. Deep breath. As you're ready to exhale, point that toe and reach out. Now, if you feel any back pain, you want to go higher up or do a different exercise altogether. You can go back to the abdominal crunches if that works well for you. So you're going to exhale as you extend. And don't take that leg too low. You just want to feel the abdominal muscles engage. You can also focus on keeping those shoulders away from the ears. With some of these Pilates type moves, I don't do very many repetitions. You really focus on the form. One more on each side. Then we're going to straighten the legs, take it a little harder if you want to go harder. So in this one, we're going to lower one leg down and switch. Once again, don't lower too much. If you feel low back pain, this is not the exercise for you. It's okay to go to a previous one. So you really want to have good, strong core muscles here to be able to do this one safely. Deep breathing as you go. Exhale down. One more on each side. Bring the knees in, flex and point the feet, and feel free to join me for the next one for some deeper stretches. Thank you for joining me.